Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives? Hello and welcome to another episode of So Are the Days of Our Lives? I am your host, Olivia Willis. And today I have just someone I've been so excited to get on the podcast. Extraordinary actor, playwright, and just all around great person, Vinecia Coleman. Vinecia,
Hello.
welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Vinecia, let's just dive right in. What, if any, relationship do you have to soap operas or Days of Our Lives in general?
For sure. I was not a Days of Our Lives person, but I was absolutely an All My Children person from
Ooh.
I was like 8 years old. And it was one of those things that was like summer break. I turned it on 12 p.m. and
12
I was,
p.m.
I know. We'll get into it. I don't know. I was mesmerized by it. And I remember my mom saying, you shouldn't watch stuff like that. And I was like, uh-huh. And I continued to watch it.
Note taken.
I know, truly. And then we happened to get satellite. And so I could watch SoapNet. So once I got back to school, do you remember SoapNet?
I don't think so. See, I was not a soap opera person at all.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was like a little kid.
I mean, I like knew they existed and I understood references to them, but I did not participate.
No, I think like my dream of acting began with All My Children. I just loved it. Jenny, I'm dead ass serious. I just loved it so much. And it was like these people who are yearning and love. And my favorite thing was the Friday cliffhanger.
Yes.
Like I was so intrigued by how they were going to get me to come back on Monday.
Yes.
And I watched it up through college. And then eventually it was like, in college, it got a little harder because I was studying.
You're like, because I had to be a functioning member
of
society.
Yeah, what the fuck are you? Anyway. And then it went off the air not too long after I graduated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I as a kid loved.
Wow. So it's going to become part of the conversation as we get into the recap of this episode, soap opera fandom. So I just think it's like to your point of like, I couldn't keep up with it when I needed to like engage with my life and live in the world and like have a job and study and make money. And so I'm like, not to make any judgment on people who like do maintain like it is.
I don't know how. I genuinely don't
know
how. Yeah, I don't know how you could.
And I'm sitting here being like, I watch every episode of Days of Our Lives. I like just sit down and play them consecutively, like binge them. And I'm, as we will see, recapping an episode from February of this year, and it is currently November. Like, that's how far behind I am. And I have a podcast about it. So, like, people who have kept up with it are still just, like, up to the minute on it. I do think it requires a fervor.
A level of psychopathy that we can't actually understand. No, truly, yes. What I loved about it during college, when, you know, it'd be like weeks at a time I couldn't watch it, but when I would turn it on, I could hop right back in. It was like a little cardigan.
And then you're like, this is what you guys have been getting up to? Okay, so your roots are in All My Children. And
yes.
I have tempted you to.
Well, this is your second time doing this to me.
I was gonna say, so Vinecia and I once were collaborators on a project, and as you know, Vinecia was the director in the room and was encouraging. Was it your serial killer question, or was it maybe it was your question of like, what's one thing
that you hate that everybody loves?
And I think I said I'm gonna say the opposite, and I'm gonna say what's something I love that everyone hates, and it's Days of Our Lives,
Days of Our Lives,
soap operas. And you took me up on the invitation where I said to the room, you know, everyone, if you want to have a good time, just open up Peacock and turn on any given episode of Days of Our Lives. And you came in like the next day and you were like, I did have a great
I had a great time. And it's one of those things again where like a month went by and I just lost, you know what I mean? Like I lost track.
It's a hard.
So I really do like shout out people who can do that.
Yeah. And we're going to investigate. I think the Days of Our Lives writing team is speaking directly to people who do have that level of
Sure,
investment.
sure. And also like the irony of this particular
I know.
episode is an idea, just like insanity on top of insanity. Oh,
It's so great. And it's episodes like these where I am like, Days of Our Lives is doing something
yes,
remarkable
yes,
that we need to talk
yes,
about.
yes,
They're like doing something on a meta level that is, I think,
yes.
special
It's incredible. It's
deserves.
incredible. And at first, because it's kind of a strange one to be thrown
Yes.
into, right? But then as you get your sea legs, you're like, okay, I see what's going on here. And there was a moment, and we can talk about it for, I don't know, an
Uh-huh.
hour, where we oh, okay, we have to let's go.
We
Let's
should just start
go.
going. Okay,
Let's
you know
go.
what? Honestly, this I think we maybe just need to dive in because I just am really ready to start talking about this episode. Okay, everybody. Today we're talking about Days of Our Lives, season 60, episode 118.
A masterpiece.
An
A masterpiece,
episode that will
truly.
go down in history.
Truly.
This episode originally aired Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. The episode begins with I think about 20 seconds of silence.
Yes.
Scene where we see
the gloves that slowly pan into the
the only context I sent Venetia before this episode was Body and Soul is the soap opera within a soap opera that they're making, and they have had a series of calamities that are coming to a head in this episode.
And boy did it. It's incredible.
So in previous episodes we have seen this obscured figure. We've seen the coat and we've seen the gloves and we've seen the Xing out of headshots.
The X's are crazy. So wait a minute. So this was a big reveal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The reveal of who I was calling the Xer is very significant in this episode. Yeah.
And it I couldn't have predicted
who it would be.
Who it would be and the tone with which the interactions, it was again a masterpiece. It truly was. And it took me a while to realize that is Francine from Living Single.
Yes. Like icon of the screen.
Yes. I was like, and she was just as goofy. It was as if Francine had lost her mind.
Do you know and woken up in a soap opera.
Yes.
So in this first scene, we have the gloves picking up the headshot of former mayor and current Body and Soul executive producer, Abe Carver.
Oh, back up. Wait a second. Say that again. Say that one more time. Oh.
Former mayor and current Body and Soul executive producer, Abe Carver.
Naturally. I mean, everyone has two jobs. Talk about a gig economy.
Talk about a gig economy. Oh my God. Even the mayor has to have a side hustle.
Doctors are needing to subsidize.
Oh my God.
In Trump's America. Do you see what's happening to these people?
Inflation is on their ass.
It's real.
We're being told the Xer is coming after Abe.
Okay. Yes.
So, meanwhile, Kayla, who is the doctor who is currently starring as Cassandra Lovegood on Body and Soul.
Wait, okay. Which one is
She's
this?
the blonde with the eye patch man for a husband.
I said the eye patch is fascinating. Yes. It's fascinating. And you must tell me how that happened.
I don't know.
How
it's happened. It's been forever.
So it's like one of those that's like forever.
It's been forever. I know it was explained at some point. It was like some fight he got in, but he always has that eye patch. So Kayla is at home with her eye patched husband, Steve. She just got off the phone with Abe. She's freaking out because all the Body and Soul stars got these scripts delivered to their homes, and they all individually were reading them and seeing that their characters were being killed off. Like
Like everybody was being
Everyone in the
off.
entire episode was being killed off. Kayla called Abe, and Abe assured Kayla that no one was getting killed off the show. Leo, the head writer of the show, must have just like gone rogue with this episode. But as Kayla's explaining this to her husband, Steve, she just passes out. She flops right against him at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
So that's how this is going to go. Yeah. The next scene, this woman, Stephanie, iconic start of a scene, she steps into the frame.
Yes.
The camera does not find her. She finds the camera.
You're not wrong.
And this is what you call an active scene beginning.
Yes, yes.
So she steps in and she goes, so you want to be with me? She's in her apartment with Alex. This is her on again, off again love. They're about to be on again after he's been dating his co-star on the show. But before Alex, but before Alex can kiss Stephanie, he passes out too. But he goes down really hard.
He goes down pretty hard. And I have questions about, I have so many questions about the poison and like.
And I'm sure I don't have the answers.
Okay, here's my question about those two. Because I'm like, I don't like, throughout the whole episode, like, I don't like their vibe. No. What's going on here? Is this a toxic couple?
No.
Should they not be together?
No, he used to be like a womanizer, and then he fell in love with her, and she like made him want to respect women. But then something happened. I can't remember. There was a bunch of drama with them, so they were on again, off again. And then they were hooking up and they were going to get back together. And then the show Body and Soul happened, and she is the PR executive for the show.
How does everyone work for Body and Soul?
Because it's a gig economy.
Inflation.
And that's why I call Body and Soul affectionately the community soap opera, because it's like community theater, but instead of putting on a holiday production of Annie, we're putting on a television show.
This also made me have questions about what is the size of this city?
This city.
What is the size of this city?
This is actually a desperate plea to the creative team of Days of Our Lives. I need demographics. I need real numbers. I need maps. I need data.
Because what messed me up, I was like, well, it's got to be smallish. Because I can't even think. Pine Valley was why did I remember that? That's so sad. Anyway. Pine Valley and All My Children, but it seems like in some of those shots, there's like tall buildings with lots of lights, and like that's a big city. But then 911 was busy.
And there's one EMT going to all of them with the same line. So if
it gets worse, you might want to go to the hospital. Insanity.
So and it's this thing where it's like, okay, so there's like 50 cast members of Days of Our Lives, and they're not the only people in the town, because we see the same like extras coming through, and it's unclear. This is supposed to be like a sleepy suburb of Chicago, but I call bullshit, because there's one hospital. There's one hotel. There's there's two restaurants. It's like a game of Monopoly. So long story short, Alex goes down really hard when he passes out, misses the couch, like kind of crashes into the coffee table.
He bounces, like his body bounces off
he's down. He's down for the count as well. Meanwhile, Johnny, who is the director of Body and Soul, is at home with his wife, Chanel. He's railing about the script, how stupid it would be to kill off Seth, who works for the real hospital where they film and is the only reason they have permission to film at the hospital. Chanel gives Johnny the most dry, like, support delivery of, you're right. Like, he's like, this is an outrage. And she just goes, you're right.
I didn't like them either. I didn't care. I was like, what? And this was the first time where I was like, oh, wigs. Those are wigs. Particularly like his. It's like wiggy. It's stiff. I was like, my girl.
Clocked.
It's giving wig.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So after Chanel throws all of her support behind her husband by saying, you're right, Johnny decides he's gonna call Leo and chew him out. But as soon as he gets up, Johnny passes out back onto the couch. And Chanel really grabs his pec to like check if he's alive. Like she's gripping the boob, for lack of a better word.
It's wild. Everyone's responses in these emergency situations were wild. Like just wild stuff.
Like you've never been next to someone who's in a medical emergency, have you?
Never. And it made me question the sort of the power of the
drug.
The point of the drug. And I think around this one I was like, so it's definitely a
yes, they've been poisoned.
Sort. But yeah, it's just like no one behaves this way.
No. We're about to get to a really good one. We're gonna go to the Salem Inn. Hattie Adams, who I know, she's an icon.
This whole scene.
Yes. So Hattie Adams is on Body and Soul. She has come to the Salem Inn confronting Leo about her character being killed off. And this is Battle of the Statement Pattern Blazers. Why? They must have done it on purpose.
Fierce.
It was shocking. She's always in a statement blazer, but to put Leo in that suit he was wearing,
it was a full suit. It was a full suit.
Crazy.
And my brain, I can't remember quite the pattern, but it was like damn near plaid.
Yes, it was like tartan,
it was wild.
But diamonds.
It was wild.
He looked like Alan Cumming, like on The Traitors.
Yes, on Traitors. Yes. That is the perfect description. In like this really weird room with the comforter has a weird pattern and the drapes have it was just pattern all over the place. It was wild.
Yeah. So Leo's immediately confused because she's railing about this script. He didn't write the script. And Leo immediately connects that whoever wrote and delivered these fake scripts must be the same person who's been terrorizing the cast and crew with poison cupcakes and who led Bonnie to her great fall down the elevator shaft.
Yes, which was a lot of information to receive all at once.
Whoa. Cupcakes. Elevator shaft.
And an elevator shaft? Yeah.
So those are the kind of those are the calamities that the Xer has been subjecting the cast and crew of Body and Soul to. Yeah. So then suddenly Hattie gives what I described as a textbook woozy pass out onto the bed. Like she breathes heavily and then she does like a full spin.
And she lands with her arm perfectly underneath her, like straight out.
Like, she is a classic talent.
Yeah, she's a professional. Yeah.
I think there should be a new daytime Emmy category for like moments of classic
soap opera acting.
Yes, this should be one of them.
Yes. This is one of them.
Now she's out. Finally, Abe is at the Body and Soul office. His shirt is untucked, so you know it's late and he's in distress.
Yes.
He's staring off in shock because something has clicked. He goes, I know who's doing this.
Which,
I don't
know how.
No.
Have we seen this person before ever?
The Xer, who will be revealed as the Xer?
Yes.
So, yes, we have, but not not for years. He goes, I know who's doing this. And he hurries off and we fade back to the Xer as they're putting a red X on Abe's headshot. Yeah. Then all of a sudden Abe is there. And I was like, whoa, like we faded
and why this. And where? What's happened?
So Abe is all of a sudden there. He goes, I should have known it was you. And the Xer turns around and it is Kim Coles, better known as Nurse Whitley King. Yes, icon Kim Coles. Yes. So years ago, Kim Coles as Whitley King was on the show. She was a nurse for Abe because Abe had amnesia after being concussed.
Classic, another classic, yes.
And she was having a psychotic break. And so
it
is clear.
Yeah, it reads.
So she basically kidnapped Abe from the hospital and like held him hostage in her apartment and made him watch a bunch of Body and Soul.
So it's like Misery, but with soap operas.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
So in a way, I am sort of like, I get him being like, oh, this is the craziest person I know who likes Body and Soul.
Sure.
But
Sure.
Later, he talks about like the smoking gun that pointed him to her. And I'm like, that is insane.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I just, at the end of the scene, another classic thing that happens is the long stare into the commercial.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh.
And it's like the drums go absolutely insane in the underscoring. They're like, do, 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 do. And then it's like, da, 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 like sands through the hourglass. So
through the
are
hourglass.
the days of our lives.
Classic.
So good. Now we're at the hospital. Seth Burns, as we've established, real hospital administrator and day player on Body and Soul. He is one of my favorite people on the show. I need him on forever. He's just the tone he plays this scene at is so, it's the tightrope walk of like.
This man goes, he's explaining like how important he is. And he goes, as an under 5. I was like, really? Like, it was
He's like delusional.
It was meta. It was crazy.
It's so funny.
I love that this doctor is worried about being fired from a soap opera.
Yes.
From his second job.
Once again,
soap opera.
His gig economy. Yeah, he's been reading his script. He is furious that his character is being killed off. Real doctor, not on the show, Sarah, comes over.
Yes. Who is this poor white lady doctor? This woman had to endure this nonsense talking to her boss.
And save the town.
It's like the worst boss you've ever had, where they just talk and talk and talk and talk at you. This woman is just like, I don't know.
She's like, have you saved any lives today?
Oh, God.
Sarah comes over and Seth is like trying to collect himself and then finally tells Sarah he's been fired and she thinks it's from the hospital and she's freaking out.
That naturally.
Because that's his career. Meanwhile, he's like, it's worse. Body and Soul fired me.
Yeah. He is
at his wit's end. He was like, I was going to have a future as an actor.
And I'm upset about how they killed me off.
Also, I have to take a second to point out his character on Body and Soul is Dr. Blake Lamore, which is a reference to Joey's character on Friends. Joey from Friends played a doctor on Days of Our Lives called Dr. Drake Ramore.
Oh my God. The meta is crazy.
They are fucking geniuses in this room.
Yeah, the meta is crazy. And it really didn't hit me until, I cannot wait till we get to the scene. But there's a particular scene where I was just like, there's something to this. Something truly. Yeah. There's a moment, I have a note that says, why is this doctor doing deep acting work? I think he was talking about like.
Was it when Sarah was like, oh, don't take it personally. Like they kill off characters on soap operas all the time. And Seth just goes, he's staring down. He goes, not when they're as popular as I know I am. Because that was my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, he's going off about how, and his character doesn't even die in a cool way, like a jet ski explosion.
It's so banal.
It's so
banal.
It's this banal way. Dr. Blake Lamore succumbs to carbon monoxide poisoning due to a faulty space heater. And then Sarah's like, people do die that way. And then she goes, that's actually how Nurse King's husband died. Foreshadowing. You blink if you miss it. Foreshadowing. But don't worry, if you blinked and missed it, we are going to continue to hit you over the head. We're gonna catch you.
Wow. Okay.
So speaking of Whitley King, we go back and see more of her like den of debauchery, which is actually her converted room at the mental hospital she resides in.
It's a mental hospital? Oh, it's worse.
Yes.
It's worse. No one's checking in on this person.
Correct.
They're just in there. She's got a board. She's got a crime
She has
board.
A murder board with X's.
Yes.
So when she was discovered having kidnapped and held Abe years ago, she was committed to Bayview Mental Hospital or whatever they call it.
Sure.
So yeah, she basically confesses right away And she's like, yep,
Yep.
that's me. I've been doing all this stuff on Body and Soul. She's being very
Yep.
playful with Abe, but he's having none of it. He explains that Kayla got the latest script in which Cassandra's cat steps on a gun and shoots Cassandra through the heart. So Abe then remembered how much Whitley loved her cats and Body and Soul. So then it clicked. It had to be you. And I'm like, immediately no. Immediately no. A cat shoots a woman. It must be Whitley King.
Must be Whitley King. The math that this man is doing is
It's one of those
impeccable.
things where it's like you like went all the way around about way to the correct answer. You can't prove your work, but you somehow did land on the correct answer.
Somehow you got it the right answer.
Yeah.
You got the exact right answer.
So funny. Yeah, Abe is baffled that Whitley could do this to the cast and crew of a show she claims to love. And Whitley insists she does love Body and Soul, but this isn't her Body and Soul. This new production has ruined it.
This was the point where I went, wait a minute. Is this bitch poisoning people because she doesn't like the storyline on the soap opera?
Correct.
I was like, that can't, like, no, that's why.
Yeah.
That's
why.
And
so the whole thing is like they basically produced a reboot of this soap opera that was like a classic, quote unquote. So yeah, a bunch of people are like, this new Salem reboot is off. It's trash. And I'm like, well, that's because they don't have any professional actors. They have just a doctor, 2 doctors, and a fucking woman who runs a bakery and like a hedge fund guy.
Yeah, the cast is wild. And it makes me wonder how they have the time to do both. Like, how are they allocating their resources?
They don't. I mean, the town is fucking tumbleweeds through the town square. The town is just absolutely sitting empty because everybody is filming Body and Soul.
It has to be.
Whitley hates this new production, this new reboot, so everyone had to pay. Back at the hospital, it's mission exposition for Seth and Sarah. They're going to remind us Whitley King held Abe hostage for months after suffering a psychotic break from the trauma of losing her husband and all her cats to carbon monoxide poisoning. So that was also one of the crazy things about when Abe was being held hostage. She had this apartment and it was full of stuffed cats, because all her real cats had died of carbon monoxide poisoning. So it was just like Abe sitting on the couch, no memories, having no idea where he is, just surrounded by stuffed cats.
The cats got mentioned a couple of times, and I think I wrote down, there was a line where she talks about her cats, and I was just like, what's going on with the cats?
It's an issue. I would argue it's a symptom of a bigger problem.
You think?
Maybe. Just maybe it's a symptom of a bigger problem. So in a painful moment of dramatic irony, Seth insists that regardless of what happens to his character, he won't die for real in a lame way like this script. Poison isn't going to take down Seth Burns.
Oh, that was the line. That I was just like, wow, guys. But I'm telling you, something is magical. Something
for him to go,
about it.
Poison's not gonna get me. Clutches his chest and falls over. That's why I'm like, we are making a fucking golden comedy here.
Yeah,
like
truly.
People need to understand.
I'm telling y'all, when we get to it, I cannot wait. I was crying tears. Like, it's just so funny. Like, it truly. It was a magical piece of television.
Back with Eye Patch Steve, he has somehow gotten his fully unconscious wife, Kayla, to the couch, which no offense to that man, but a fully dead weight adult woman, you're a man, I think in your early to mid 70s. Like,
and that's
how did that movement happen? I'm curious.
I feel like there was a couple of these kinds of moments in this episode where it's just like, now we're here, and you're like, how?
Yeah.
I'm interested in the journey.
I would have loved to see that.
Would have loved to see that.
Speaking of people doing crazy things in these medical crises, Steve's begging for her to wake up, and then he kind of just like listens to Kayla's face. Like, he's not like feeling for her pulse. He just puts his ear right up against her nose. which I would argue, not a great strategy.
Not a great way to find out if someone's, but
he finally takes out his phone to call 911 and is low-key really rude. Like, he just yells at them that his wife is unresponsive and they need to hurry. And I'm like, okay, maybe give some details, like just have some decorum.
A little
bit. I
bit.
guess we'll see where decorum gets you, because meanwhile, Alex is coming to. He's groggy. He has a fever. Stephanie's like, oh my God, you're burning up. So Stephanie calls 911, but before she can politely ask for help, they put her on hold.
Put that bitch on hold. They put that bitch on hold. I guffawed. I was like, 911 put you on hold.
And she
is crazy.
And again, she plays it for comedy. She goes, they put me on hold.
This also begins the trend of, my oh my, what does this poison do?
Vinecia Coleman.
What does poison do?
And then
what's happening?
Later, we're going to get to it, but later Sarah's like, oh, they have the same symptoms. And I'm like, no, they the fuck
No, they
don't.
do not. No, they do not.
Like, he has a fever. Kayla never wakes up. Like, Johnny
needs to take off his shirt, just his shirt, only his shirt.
Johnny says he's nauseous at one point. Like, I'm just like, they all have completely different symptoms. Speaking of Johnny, yes, Johnny regains consciousness. He's out of it. He says, I'm dizzy and I'm nauseous, and his voice is scratchy. Like, I don't.
It is scratchy.
So then Janelle calls 911. She needs an ambulance at the Demera estate. And then she goes, oh, what do you mean it's going to be a while? My husband fainted. And I'm just like, you people.
Yeah, the people are a lot.
Then she just decides she's going to take him to the hospital her damn self.
Yes, she collects him
over her shoulder.
I did write down, man, damn, 911 hung up on that black woman. They hung up on her.
They put Stephanie on hold, and they said, Chanel, lose my number.
Yeah, don't you ever. What the fuck is wrong with you calling 911? But she hoists this man, which I think actually of all the people that's the most sane reaction.
Correct. Just like we're
okay,
going.
We're going. We're just going to
go. But she does low-key imply they're going to walk.
Yes.
Like.
That's why she like.
And I'm just like, get in the car. Does no one have their driver's license?
I don't know. That's why I need a map. Another time where I got confused about the size of the city.
Oh my God. So they're off to the hospital. Finally, someone's heading to the hospital. Meanwhile, Hattie's still out like a light, except Leo isn't buying it. He finally kind of nudges her, which also, to point out, he's wearing black leather gloves. And in hindsight,
he is. Oh, why did they do that?
Because anyone who touched the script got poisoned. And they needed someone with Hattie who didn't also pass out.
Great.
Great. I went on such a journey because I was like, before they did the Whitley King reveal, I was like, are they trying to red herring us and think that, that Leo's the ex? Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
And it might have been like a little bit of
both.
Right? Like a little bit
but
of both.
I also think they then never referenced the gloves. Like, there was never a moment where Leo was like, thank God I was wearing these gloves I just ran. Or like, thank God I was doing my moisturizing routine on my hands and I never took my gloves off.
And given his two concurrent speeches that I think
we're about to get into,
like, oh my God. It did feel like the kind of monologue where you could have mentioned the glove. So it makes me think that was not their intention at all. It's just really fascinating.
Leo kind of nudges Hattie. She's unconscious. Then he's just like, oh my God, she doesn't have a pulse. She isn't breathing. And then he's just like, she's dead. Like, drops onto the bed and gives an instant eulogy.
An incredible eulogy. Like, oh my God, when I die, I need this. Like, that is.
I'm going to say this verbatim at your funeral.
Yay, please. This was my favorite part, everybody. This was it. I watched it. I rewound it to watch it again. It was incredible. But my first note is like, he was not having it with this passing out shit. With this dying shit. He was just like, having it.
She's dead. No. And then he's like, oh, she was well, no, she wasn't a great actress, but she wasn't bad. And then he's like, she had such spunk, such joie de vivre. And then he talks about how he'll always remember watching Drag Race with her and eating
And the pork
eating
rinds.
pork rinds. He goes, even though they bloated you. And then he looks down at her and he goes, God, did they bloat you? I encourage everyone. I don't often, I try to have the ethos of my podcast be like, obviously, if you watch Days of Our Lives and you've seen this episode, you'll enjoy the recap. But if you haven't seen the show, you can also enjoy the recap. But this is a call out for anyone who hasn't watched this episode. Do yourself a favor. Go watch this episode. Find this speech, find the eulogy, the impromptu eulogy that Leo gives to Hattie Adams.
I had to watch it twice.
It's so good.
Like just tears streaming down my face. The pork rinds.
God, did they bloat you is so funny.
There's also a moment where he's like, you were really hammy, as I already mentioned. He says something again. Like, it's just like.
But it's like, we came back from commercial and he's like summarizing what he said before the commercial.
Yeah, it goes to black.
Yes,
and then comes back. And he's still doing it. And it's incredible.
Yeah,
what an incredible
He
choice.
keeps going about how, the irony is positively Shakespearean. Hattie was so afraid of being killed off on the show that she actually died. And then he's he accuses her of like being so stressed out about being killed off on the show that she stroked out.
This is probably why this happened.
But he uses the phrase, you stroked out on adrenaline. And I was like, stroked out is crazy.
It's wild. And if that's the case, one of the things that I love is that this man has not called a single person,
the woman
like a
is
911.
Dead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's no one to save her. So then he gets, and just like, it's like a roller coaster because he's like scared and then he's sentimental and then he's joking and then he's sad and then he's mad. He goes through the fucking 7 stages of grief in this entire speech. He lands back in a sentimental place and he's just like, he talks about how he was honored to call her a friend. And finally, Hattie comes to and just tells him to stop his blubbering.
Yes, shut the fuck up.
So,
incredible scene. Incredible scene.
Help me. I'm clinging to life. Meanwhile, as mentioned before, Alex's shirt is off, as it is wont to be.
And there's a single ice pack.
Stephanie has an ice pack on his forehead and is going to take care of him while they wait for the ambulance to get there, which I clocked as there's one ambulance in this town. Just clocking.
Sure.
He then starts hacking all over her. Like he's just like, like coughing right on her.
The coughing. I truly was baffled by this poison.
Yeah, I do not understand the symptoms. Stephanie decides she's like trying to get him to lie back. She wants to get back to cooling him down. I thought they missed an opportunity to do wordplay of like, I have to cool you down even though you're heating me up. Like I didn't.
Sure.
One of the things that I really couldn't get over in this scene was when she put the ice pack on his bare chest. Like that would be, and then he doesn't react. Like an ice pack on your bare chest when you have a fever, you're like,
have a fever. Yeah, when you have a fever.
Oh my God. Now, Steve bursts into the hospital, tie loose, eye patch askew. He finds Sarah. He finds Sarah because Kayla's also a doctor who works in this hospital.
Yes.
So he finds Sarah. Okay. He explains that Kayla's in the ER. She collapsed after they were working on her body and soul lines. And Doctor/detective Sarah is like, whoa. Seth Burns was reading his script when he collapsed just a few minutes ago. And this is when they're like, they have the same symptoms. And I'm like, we haven't discussed the symptoms. And also, no, they don't.
Not at all.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
But this gives Sarah a hunch that someone poisoned them. And I was like, the thing that should have given you the hunch was Seth crying out, no one will poison me, and then collapsing. That's the hunch.
And going,
yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Whitley is going off on Abe. This is the diatribe that I'm like, oh, this is Days of Our Lives writing staff unpacking some feelings about a zealous fan base, potentially.
This like red for
Yes.
filth. Like red
Yeah,
for
yeah.
filth in this
So
scene.
Whitley's ranting. She goes, "You've made a mockery of body and soul. The plot lines are abysmal. The sets are trash. The recasts are a joke." And Whitley just wanted to show them the error of their ways by cleaning house in the cast permanently. But it is going to be a couple more scenes until Abe realizes that that means killing all the actors. Like, it takes him a shockingly long amount of time, even though she said cleaning house in the cast.
Yeah, what else could that
permanently
mean? What else could that mean? This at this point too, this was the revelation for me that really haunted me throughout the rest of the episode. Really put a dark cloud over the rest of the episode for me is, so if this bitch was really trying to kill people, she fucking sucks at killing people, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like you're old for what, like 9 pictures of it?
And
like,
also, I think we're getting a little, you can't just X out someone's picture. She was Xing.
Yeah, what does the X
mean? The red X was like, I attempted to hurt them.
Yes.
The only person who like really truly got fucked up was this woman Bonnie, who was not in this episode, but the woman who fell down the elevator shaft.
Oh yes, but that has nothing to do with poison.
Also, like, you didn't permanently get rid of her. Like, she came back eventually.
Wow. Oh yeah, she sucks.
Yeah, she sucks at this.
She sucks at killing people.
But to be fair,
and,
she's mentally ill.
Okay, I have this written down. She goes, I'm fighting for my life.
I have that's in the next scene, I think. Wait, where is it? I think it's in the next one. Yeah, or maybe I have it on the next page of my recap. She's
great.
Fighting for her life.
I'm fighting for my life.
We're going to go back to Leo is finally calling 911 and he's like going full Karen on the dispatcher. He's like, "Don't you realize Charlemagne Delacroix is in distress?"
And what an incredible name. I was like, that's a wild
That's her
name.
The name of her character on Body and Soul. Charlemagne Delacroix.
Yeah.
And then the reference that, so he's on the phone with 911. He says Charlemagne Delacroix is in distress. And then he goes, "No, that's not a Chicago Bulls draft pick. She's a soap opera goddess." And
I miss that.
I think you were probably still reeling from.
I really was. I truly was. I literally wrote Charlemagne Delacroix is a wild name.
You were absolutely distracted, but like he followed it up with, "That's not a Chicago Bulls draft pick."
Charlemagne.
Don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Okay. I don't get that one either.
Not their I'm just going to say not their best. In
a
fucking slam dunk of an episode, it wasn't their best. Hattie's on the bed. She feels like she's going to die from her fever. Leo goes and sits next to her. I decide I'm going to die from the fact that they both have their shoes on the bed.
Yes.
Like Leo, I get her, whatever, she's on death's door. But Leo like hops up next to her and just like kicks up his shoed feet on the bed, which I hated.
And is this the scene where the phrase "the big network executive in the sky" is that?
I think so.
And
yes,
it was it was chilling. It was
before
chilling.
That he gives an insane story. He's explaining that there's some citywide crisis holding up the one town ambulance.
Yes.
And then he goes, "Which reminds me of a time I was trying to get a ride share to Club Caliente in South Beach, but traffic was at a standstill because a spider monkey was loose in the streets." And then he's like, "All that to say, it might be a while." And I'm just like, oh my God, this is incredible. What? So Hattie asks him if he meant all those nice things or if he just said them because he thought she was about to go meet that big network executive in the sky.
I laughed first, but then I was really taken aback.
And you said,
it's a little chilling. Wow. It's a little chilling, and to think of like that God is a showrunner. Like we're just a show.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was really struck by the enormity of his statement.
Wow. It makes you think. Leo assures Hattie that he meant every word, and then he happily takes a sip from a teeny tiny bottle of water, and they're gonna be okay. So now with Whitley Abe's trying to figure out how she could have orchestrated these attacks from inside Bayview, even though I have to call bullshit in this part too, because the first time we ever saw the like shadowy figure Xing headshots, it was literally outside in a public park. It was crazy. Like it was in an episode I recapped last month with my friend Katie, where it was just like someone's just Xing out headshots in broad daylight. Like it was crazy. So I'm like, she fucking got out. And that makes me wonder if they started doing the X's before they decided who the Xer was.
Who it was going to be, yeah.
I think it must have been that.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
Because
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because and then they were like, oh my God, we can't have this person Xing in a park. What if they're actually someone in Bayview? And then they moved them inside.
And then she moved her murder board inside. Incredible.
So this is when Whitley's like, oh yeah, none of the staff pay attention to me in here. Like I'm just like a harmless grieving widow. And I'm like, well, if that's not an indictment on mental health facilities in this country, I don't know what is.
You're telling me, believe women.
Believe
women. Believe women.
Oh my
truly.
God.
Yeah, I'm fighting for my life.
I'm fighting for my life. So then Whitley explains she got all the details she needed of like how to target them, because someone on a Body and Soul fan site posted a picture of a cast member with their call sheet.
Yes, and she zoomed in.
And she specifically zoomed in and saw the shooting schedule. And I was like, just for one day or like for the entirety of production? Like what was on this call sheet?
For sure. I didn't do that math because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. What?
And then Abe is like, how did you get Bonnie's number to text her to lure her to the elevator shaft? And she's like, duh, the dark web.
The dark web. I got it. I just got it on the dark web. I was like, this bitch bought a burner phone from the dark web.
From the dark web, from
but
inside.
She can't kill anyone. It's crazy.
For some reason, Whitley was especially offended when Abe hired Kayla, the random doctor, to take over the role of Cassandra Lovegood. And again, I call bullshit because everyone on this show is just a random doctor or like a random citizen of Salem. No one is actually an actor. So again, I'm like, this being the bridge too far is not.
It's also wild to me that this show has gone on for as long as it has, because you're not using actors. Like these aren't
they're
actors.
Just
it's wild.
It's like a crazy like Truman Show experiment of just like, what if we just get real people. Okay, we're going to leave them for a second, but we're going to come back to her fighting for her life. We're going to quick detour to the hospital. Kayla's unconscious in her bed. Again, I'm confused. She's the only one who never came to.
Yes, and I think we saw her first, right? Like we saw her pass out first. So it was really strange for her to be like
the last one to wake up. Yes. But so Sarah's out at the nurse's station. She's putting a rush on some blood tests. Chanel wheels Johnny in a wheelchair. And I'm like, people just come into this hospital willy-nilly. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Sarah hears that Johnny was reading his new script when he passed out. So she knows they need to get him to a room right away. And they all exit toward the camera, which is insane. She says, come with me, gestures, and they go past the camera like a 3D.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And it makes me insane because I've watched hundreds, if not thousands of episodes of this show at this point. We've established some of the geography of this hospital where in every other episode, I mean, I get it. Rooms can be anywhere, but as a collective, we're going upstage to hit a room with people.
Come
with me, and we're turning down one of those hallways. Never have we ever gone.
That's never happened.
Not that I've seen.
Fascinating.
This was, I think, a director just flexing, saying, no, exit this way. Don't be afraid to exit toward the camera.
The camera?
It was insane to me.
There's also, I think this is a moment where it's mentioned that like all the beds are full or something
Oh,
to that
so
effect.
maybe they're
Like,
going to like a crazy overflow. We
oh,
only have
okay,
behind the
okay.
camera to put people.
Yeah, because not only is there only one ambulance and everyone needs to get to the hospital, but everyone is already at the hospital, and so there's not enough beds to go around. I was like,
That's what
what's
else is
going
happening in
on?
this town?
Yeah, what
Like
else is going on? What else is
the
going on?
fact that when the first person called, the fact that Kayla couldn't get an ambulance, like something was
Mm-hmm.
already happening, which I was,
They hung up on Chanel's
yes,
ass. Like, we don't have the
I
time.
was kind of expecting later for them to be like, how crazy for this poisoning to happen on like the night of a massive riot in the town square of
Yes,
Salem.
something. Please explain why all of these people are
Yeah,
here. I don't
yeah.
get it.
Anyway, finally, we're going to get back to Abe and Whitley. Abe's trying to reason with Whitley that even though she's passionate about the show, she's taken this way too far. But Whitley is fighting for her life.
Passionate. I'm fighting for my life.
Body and soul is what got her through losing her husband and
Oh,
her cats.
and her
And
cats.
she goes,
And her
so
cats.
naturally, they all had to die.
Wild. Wild
Yes,
deduction.
exactly. Exactly. You
Yeah.
fucked up my show. I kill you.
So I gotta kill y'all.
I kill you. So then Abe's like, you mean the character Cassandra had to die in the script? And she's like,
Yeah. And then there's a turn that we
yeah,
take here that I could not have
no,
anticipated.
you simple man. She poisoned every actor Abe hired with this. And she holds up this like,
This test tube. It's a test tube with like a clear liquid in it.
it looks like almost like a sample perfume spray. Like it's a spritzer.
That's a good one. That's a
But
good
yeah,
one.
when she held it up, it's like a weird angle, so you kind of can't really see it. And so again, I'm like, the director was really too focused on that one exit toward the camera that we like didn't really set up this shot of the vial of poison
Yes.
very well. So this is when we finally have confirmation she did do poison. And then we're going to get back to
Yeah,
some
it's
of the
definitely a poison.
specifics. But first, we have to go back to shirtless Alex. Alex is like sitting up
I
at this
love
point.
it.
He's basically fine. His fever's down, but you know, the ambulance is going to be there soon because I guess 911 called Stephanie back to say we're on
Yeah,
our
just
way.
doing check-in phone calls with 911. Just checking in.
Oh, yeah. At one point,
Crazy.
Stephanie's like, the 911 dispatcher gave me really helpful instructions of what to do with you. And it's like,
Yeah.
huh?
Huh?
I mean, I've watched 911 on Fox and they sent what's her fuck to the moon. So maybe they do this.
But the thing for me is that either it's so bad that you need to go to the hospital, or it's not severe enough for 911, who are not necessarily medical professionals in that way, to give them like solid advice about what to do.
Yeah.
Is baffling to me.
It's incongruous for sure.
It is. It truly is. The dramaturgy of it is
it's not
trash,
sound.
I would
It's
say.
not sound. So yeah, Stephanie's now, she's trying to be funny. She's bragging about how she should become a doctor after all this incredible bedside care she's administered. And Alex like snuggles up to her and says he wouldn't want her at anyone else's bedside.
Ugh.
And then he really breaks the moment by once again hacking all over her. And he does it like a kid.
It's odd. It's odd.
Just like open mouth, and he leans in closer to her to cough all over her.
This was the moment where I was like, I don't like you.
No. And then she's like talking about like wrenching the scene back toward romance. She goes, oh, don't die on me now. Not when we finally gotten on the same page about our future.
Hard left. I mean, obviously you were priming me for it. The man has no shirt. He's not had a shirt the entire episode.
Until since he fell off that coffee table, he hasn't had his shirt on.
He flopped his body on top of that. Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, we're slowly but surely getting back to a romantic place with them. Meanwhile, Whitley explains to Abe that her poison is an experimental drug that they've been testing at Bayview, the mental hospital, for psychotic behavior, but it has toxic side effects. Like, cool. And she sprayed every script that got sent to the
Uh-huh.
actors. Then she
Please do
turns
it.
to her murder board
Hmm.
and goes,
Hmm.
"You get a spritz. You get a spritz. You get a
Incredible.
spritz." So now
Incredible.
Oprah's in the room.
Incredible. And this is truly like I'm like they're cooking.
Yes.
Like the days of our life, they're cooking and she is so good at this sort of like humor
Yes.
too. Like it's just
It's
it was
genius.
great.
It's genius.
Man, oh man.
This is when she explains, because I wore gloves, I didn't get poisoned myself.
Which I have questions
Uh-huh.
about later
Because
on.
here's the
Yeah.
thing, it's a topical poison. So it's not like if you breathe it in, you die.
Yeah, it's not
It
aerosol.
touches
Yeah.
you
It
don't even
needs
have
to
to
touch
ingest it.
you.
You touch it and it poisons you.
That's a dangerous That's a dangerous fucking poison. That's like anthrax shit.
Exactly.
Like that's crazy. And yet
And yet
no one dies.
it didn't work. I'm thinking about in the context of being an experimental drug for
Uh-huh.
psychotic behavior in Bayview.
Why would we need this? Why
To
would
just
we
be
need
like
this?
like spray on
You get a
people
spritz.
when you need them to calm down.
And not really calm down, but
Cough.
like pass
out.
out. Pass out.
Once again, if that's not an indictment on the
On
mental
the medical
health
system.
care
You're right.
system, oh my
You're right.
God.
You're right. Take care of yourselves out there.
Please.
You get a
You
spritz.
get a spritz.
And you
You
get a
get a
spritz.
spritz. Potential title of app. You get a spritz.
Oh, you get a spritz. You get a spritz.
Meanwhile, Hero Sarah bursts into Kayla's hospital room. Not only did they figure out what had poisoned Kayla and Seth, they conveniently had the antidote in the lab.
Wild. And at this point, I'm still like, how? How?
Maybe because it's like being developed at Bayview, like at the mental hospital. They have.
Yeah, but how do they know that that's what that was? How does she know that?
They ran blood tests, but like.
Oh, okay.
But do experimental drugs typically come with antidotes? Like when they were developing Ozempic, they weren't like, this is the antidote that we also keep.
This will be the opposite effect. No, not at all. Not at all.
Just talking.
And from what I understand, this was what makes no sense to me. It's like, why would they need to develop a poison?
Why would they need to develop a poison?
Why would they need to develop a poison? So it kind of tells me it's like, actually, she's just like dumb as a box of rocks. And it's not actually a poison. It actually just like sedates you. But then where's the fever?
Cough coming from?
Where's the coughing? It's so
It
confusing.
like gives you, it's actually like concentrated influenza. And she's spraying it on them.
It's just, you get a spritz. But somehow that's connected to like mental, like it's incredible. There's some hinky shit going on. At this hospital.
Truly. So Sarah administers the antidote to Kayla. Once again, the director really getting their rocks off. She administers it to Kayla and then it fades into her giving it to Johnny. So then it like pulls back from the IV and she's with Johnny and Chanel. Sarah's assuring Chanel that Johnny is going to be just fine. And Chanel goes, "Thank Lord."
Thank Lord. Thank Lord. That was one of those like we have to keep it. Like we're not going back. You know what I mean?
Going
like
back,
thank Lord is good enough.
Lord.
We're not going back. This is also the moment where I realized, because most of the shots on Sarah had been pretty tight. To zoom out, this bitch is wearing a crop top. Now, can you imagine?
I didn't notice.
Belly button. Can you imagine if your doctor walked in a crop top? I'd be like, lady,
bitch, put your midriff away.
Seriously, get out of here. I was like, that's her belly button. And she's like administering the shot. I was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Bring me a doctor with a full-length shirt.
Please, God, please.
But apparently we can't afford it. There's a shortage. There's no fucking. Oh my God.
She has to. She's all we have.
She's our only hope.
Okay, this is a question I have. What did Johnny do? Did he cheat? What did he do?
So he thought Chanel was cheating on him. So he got drunk and met this new girl in town, and they went back to her hotel room and they like made out but they didn't have sex. Like he decided we can't have sex. But then he kept it a big secret and confronted her and was like, confronted Chanel and was like, you're cheating on me. And she was like, no, the fuck I'm not. And like, he realized she wasn't. So then he like sat on the secret. And then eventually she did, obviously found out.
But why not ask her first before you go the whole like, kissy in the hotel?
I'm gonna,
like, why?
Because men are dumb. Because men are dumb.
Because that's what I'm saying. My love of it was like this dramatic love and yearning. Just like, oh God, and I don't want to do anything to ruin it. And yet I'm going to make every decision that's going to ruin it.
Yes, I'm absolutely going to ruin it.
There's something about it that's wholeheartedly like teenaged in this way that I just really love.
Yeah, it's rich. It's rich. So now Whitley's going after Abe. She moves to block the door and tells Abe that as soon as the spray touches his skin, he's going to die, just like her husband. And I'm like, we get it, bitch. He dead.
We got it. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. We got
and
it. And
Abe is pleading with her, but just as she takes off the cap, a hand reaches out and grabs Whitley. It is Paulina, aka Jackie Harry.
Miss Jackie! Bro, I screamed. I was like, there she is.
She comes in with the entrance line, oh, no, you don't, heifer.
No, you don't.
I think I literally screamed when she came in.
I screamed. I was like, there she is. Like, I screamed.
Because did you know, the episode that I convinced you to watch?
I knew she was on. I knew she was on there. And I just didn't remember his face, her husband's face. But of course, because Jackie is like a classic. That moment of her, I was like, this is top tier soap opera. Like, what a treat. Like,
incredible.
What a treat.
Oh, no, you don't, heifer. And then she kind of undercuts. It's like a hat on a hat. She comes in, oh, no, you don't, heifer. And then she goes, not on my watch. And I'm like, you didn't need both. You didn't need both dynamic entrance cutoffs, you know? But whatever. It's such a great moment.
And is this the moment where I think we go to commercial at this point and we come back and this bitch is just in the
She's
bed.
Sedated. Whitley is sedated, unconscious, cuffed to the bed.
And I couldn't figure out, it's like, did the poison do that? Did a doctor come in and go, Spritz? Like, what happened? And she is like lethargic and she's like in and out of it. And it's like, what? How?
The jumps that they make, that it is like, how did we get here? Like,
how do we get
one
here?
Commercial break.
And they're just sitting bedside. They're just sitting by her bedside. And I don't know why.
They're recapping in her room.
Yes. With the X is still on the wall. Like, the murder board is still there. It's one of the wildest things.
They're just, so they're just sitting. Abe and Paulina are debriefing. Apparently, and again, this is like not something we saw, but apparently Abe texted Paulina on his way over about this hunch he had that it was Whitley. He assumed Paulina would send the police, but Salem is such a mess right now that they were going to have to wait. So again, it's like, what are the police doing?
Yeah, what are the police doing? What are they up to? It's got to be like an emergency.
Something, maybe this was overlapping with, there was like a missing child in an episode recently, and I'm like, but it would have made more sense if they were like, the entire police force is looking for the missing child.
Yeah, they're busy. Just let me know. But she just kept being like,
Salem is a mess. And I was like, with what? A mess with what?
This is why we have to fund our hospitals.
Oh my God.
You cannot cut the ACA subsidies. You cannot. We need funds in our medical system.
Let this episode of Days of Our Lives be the proof of that.
Yes. And fund the police. Can I just be brave and say fund the police? Can I say that? Is it okay? Is that a stance that this podcast is okay with?
I think you and I need to go. We need to meet up at the airport, at our respective airports. We fly to DC. We stand before Congress. We play this podcast episode. We play this episode. We say fund the police. We say, because Salem is a mess.
Give them more money. Clearly they need it.
crying. I can't.
Man,
Thank you for being brave in this safe space, Venetia.
thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you
of
so
course, of
much.
course.
Particularly in this environment, like it's just, but someone had to
Someone
say it.
had to say it.
Someone had to
I'm
say
gonna
it.
okay, I've never considered making merch before for the podcast, but should I make t-shirts that say fund the Salem PD?
Please do.
It's
That's
like
so
it's like
funny.
fund the
Oh
Salem
God.
PD, and then on the back it's like Zoran Mamdani for mayor.
Yes.
Okay, merchant coming and just in time for the holidays.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Paulina was like, the police were going to take too long. I couldn't have you waiting, so I came over myself.
So I.
And now, I don't know if you caught this, Abe is no longer the mayor because he's the executive producer of Body and Soul. Paulina is the mayor now.
No, I did
So
not.
she was like, I, the mayor, gig economy, came to save my husband myself.
From poison or
from a
some
spritz.
like, and what qualifies you to, you know what? It's cool. You're Jack A.
You're
Harris.
Jack A. Harris. All you needed to do was just stick one arm in and you stopped a mad woman.
Oh God.
Who knows how many lives she saved?
All of her plans. That's what I'm saying. She thwarted every single one.
Well,
of her
except
plans.
No one was going to die because luckily the
Except
hospital had the
everyone
antidote.
was just fine. And I have to tell you that the fact that no one died threw me off so much that I wrote down at some point, I was like, someone has to die. Like, it's gotta, like, what? No? Everyone's fine? Okay.
So, thank God Paulina stopped Whitley before she attacked Abe. She just hopes the rest of Whitley's victims got help in time, too. Luckily, they did. Sure. Everyone's fine. Johnny's in the hospital bed. He's trying to order a burger to his room. Like, he's 100% fine. Chanel just wants to, like, get sentimental over her husband. And this is when Johnny's just like, I'm happy to hear you call me that. After what I did, I wasn't sure you'd ever call me your husband again.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what did he did do? Something horrible.
Well, honestly, the thing that's probably the worst about what he did, like, yes, he kissed another woman and almost had sex with her. But when he confronted Chanel about, like, when he accused Chanel of cheating on him, he was so crazy. He was like screaming at her and was like calling her all kinds of crazy things. Yeah, that's the thing I would never forgive him for. So then her whole thing is like, I forgive him for his for cheating on me, and it's like, no, fine, don't forgive him for the way he spoke to
his
you.
behavior. Yeah, his behavior
for his actions and beliefs. Fundamental beliefs about you?
Weird. Okay. Ew.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And that's when the wig was really wigging at this point.
On the
like,
bed.
It's like,
damn. I didn't even notice.
God. Oh, it was bad. Okay. It was just so stiff. So stiff.
There should be an Is It Cake spinoff called Is It a Wig?
Is it a wig?
And it's just somebody comes up behind you and tugs down your hair to reveal whether or not it's a wig.
Whether it's a wig or not. Oh, God.
So Johnny's happy that Chanel's forgiven him. Chanel assures him that this near-death experience really drove home the fact that she loves him and wants to give their marriage another shot. And he promises to never take her for granted again. And they kiss, and everyone's happy.
Yes, I said kissies and love
all around. Now at the Salem Inn, we finally have an EMT on site.
We do.
Speaking of an under
poor
5.
Black man just running around. Truly. This Black man just running all over the city.
Just with his one little case and
just
his one ambulance.
Case.
He doesn't even have a buddy. They're supposed to work in twos.
No, I thought.
Oh my God.
And then he's like, if it gets worse, go to the hospital. I was like, that's what you're here to, like, that's, you have a
You
whole
brought the hospital
car
to me.
for this.
Also, okay, so here's the thing. The EMT has been given the antidote and is sent out to do a house call for all these people. This is an
insane.
untenable system.
It's insane.
So I also just, and I really hate to do this to this incredible under 5, but the EMT does tell Leo to take Hattie to the hospital if her conditions worsen.
Yeah, it's
which is
wild.
not the phrase.
That's not the phrase. It's not the
And you
phrase.
hate to see it and you hate to call it out when you see it, but as a journalist, I must. So,
Oh God. Why don't we just go now? Why
why
don't
don't
we
we
just
just
go
play it
now?
safe and bring her in?
Just in case the condition worsens.
It would be funny if the EMT then just became like a clown car where everyone's just hopping in and they're like doing
Just piling
pickups.
in.
Leo thanks the EMT. He talks about how he didn't realize how much he adored Hattie until he thought she was dead. So he promises never to take her for granted. And I'm just like, I
Mm-hmm.
love this. No one's being taken for granted. Like
Yes.
I was like, are they gonna kiss? But they didn't, whatever. I'll get over it. Then the EMT is with Alex. He is doing his tour of the victims. The EMT has the exact same line and does get it right in this scene, so I am proud of him.
Okay,
He goes,
good.
you should
Good.
be fine in a couple of hours. And then he turns to Stephanie and goes, but if his condition worsens, get him to the hospital immediately. Like, you killed that.
You did it. You did it.
Stephanie is reeling from the news of the poisoned script. Like, to them, it
Yes.
was just like, oh, he's suddenly ill. And there was like, no, this was poison and I have the antidote. And now this is when Alex wants to get back to what he was doing before he collapsed. And she's like,
What were
I
you
don't
doing? It's so
remember.
strange. It's so
Yeah.
strange.
And then he kisses her, but I'm just noting he doesn't promise never to take her for granted. So I don't want to read too far into it, but we had a system
Ooh,
and he broke it.
that's true.
Just
And I want your opinion on, was she truly trying to remember what they were doing before, or was she being like flirty and facetious? I couldn't tell. The acting choice, it didn't fall either
no,
way for me.
I thought she was being serious, which is crazy.
Which is
Because
crazy.
the way I would read that is like, you're gonna have to
And not to give a
remind
line
me,
read.
not to give a line reading, not to be
give a line reading.
prescriptive.
Never,
So sorry.
never.
But you do a little, I don't remember what we were doing. You're gonna have to remind me.
Yes, but she went straight. She's like, I don't remember what we were doing.
Which
Like, you're
now
gonna
I'm
have to
worried.
remind me.
Can
It's
we
like,
get the EMT back? Do we need the antidote?
is she okay? Is amnesia a part of the poison
That could be
side
one of the
effects?
mysterious symptoms. So yeah, they're kissy kissy. The antidote finally worked on Kayla too. She's finally conscious. She's feeling better. Steve is like joking. They do this really clunky bit where he's like, don't you have to get hitched to Rhett? Which I'm like, I think is
What?
I think it's a reference to the body and soul lines they were running in a previous episode. Like, I think that was it. But then again, Kayla's like, I can't get married to Rhett. I'm married to you, Steve. And I'm like, Kayla, we have to talk about the fundamentals of acting.
You are not your character. You are not your character.
Like, free yourself from this.
Really method. Just really method.
Exactly.
It's really nuts.
So
I wrote down at this note, it says eye patch is gonna kill somebody.
correct.
Okay.
So at the end of this scene, he assures Kayla he's going to find out who poisoned her. And when he finds them, he's going to make them pay. And he gets
I was like, good night.
Yeah. I want to be like, well, we found her and she's already restrained to the bed. So
yeah, she's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, and now Steve is another problem on the list.
Did that scene make you think that actually it's not you know what I mean?
I didn't
like,
even
why did
think about that?
Why say that? It's so
Why
strange.
set up that Steve is going to go after the poisoner?
Yeah, why set that up?
Venetia, I just got chills.
Oh no. Maybe. It really made me think. I was just like,
okay, well, I'll let you know.
Because she's so dumb. Like, she's so dumb. And you know how, like, you'll find out that, like, the bad guy has a boss.
Yes.
You know, like, there's
there was like a shadow bad guy working over the henchman. Yeah, totally. Oh my God.
And maybe it's someone that we're familiar with, but you know,
I would love this.
Just, I'm curious.
I hope so. Oh my God. Okay, finally, this episode's going to come to a close. Whitley comes to, she's restrained to the bed. She's delirious. She's calling Abe Henry. And Paulina's like, what is this bitch babbling on about? And again, I'm like, Paulina, the woman is unwell.
My favorite part is Jack A goes, compassion.
Yeah. Abe is like, Paulina, show her some compassion. And she's like, huh?
Compassion? It was wild.
So
wild. Why are we still in this room?
Get out of the room.
Get out of this room. I don't get it.
It is insane. Yeah. But Abe he's recognizing, he's like, oh, Henry is a character on Body and Soul. Oh my God, she's delusional. You know, she's completely alone. She doesn't have anyone. And so even though Paulina is clearly anti-compassion, she admires her husband's big heart.
Yes.
So Abe stands at Whitley's bedside and he, you know, tries to explain he's not Henry or his twin brother William. And is that a reference to the royal family? That actually just hit me.
Oh, I don't know.
They're doing too much.
So at this moment, when all of this is happening, my brain is putting together the fact that, wait a minute. So this doctor's performance was so good that this bitch got in her mind that character was real, even though she knew, like, I was like, help me.
I think Whitley loves the show so much, and then she found out that they were recasting one of the main roles with some random doctor who works at the hospital, and she said, this show is out of control. I'm going to kill all of them and not succeed. Like, that's that I think is her logic.
But no, okay, hold on. So when she's she's in the bed, she's all tied up, and she's like, how could you do this to me, Henry? Which is that her husband?
No, Henry is a character on Body and Soul.
Okay, that's what I'm confused about. Does she really think that this motherfucker is Henry?
I think this is just okay. I think in Olivia's world, there was a scene between when Paulina came in and said, not today, heifer.
Okay.
And orderlies came in and sedated Whitley and tied her to the bed.
Yeah.
And so now she's in
whatever
a liminal
thing was
state
given to her. She's okay. I thought she had like lost her mind and had entered into psychosis.
I think that's fair for you to have been confused, because there was, like, earlier in the episode, she was like referring to him as Abe. Like, she knew he was Abe.
Yes.
So this is a new fog of delirium, I think.
Okay.
Where she's confusing reality for Body and Soul.
Okay. I was really shook. I was like, wait a minute.
What has happened?
What happened?
What happened to this woman?
What happened to this woman?
So yeah, she's delirious. She looks up at Abe. She goes, we'll always have Pine View, right? And Abe assures her, yes, they'll always have Pine View. And what I think would have been a great end to an episode is completely undercut, because they don't stay on the two of them. They pan to Paulina's disgusted look.
Her face is incredible.
I think I have a screenshot of it to put on the Instagram when I post about this episode.
God.
She's just
incredible. It's wild that they ended on that. If you
needed any more proof that this is a capital C comedy, it's the fact that they didn't linger. They didn't end the episode on we'll always have Pine View. They panned to her just being like, compassion.
Compassion.
Venetia, that's the end of the episode.
Oh, what a joy.
Oh my God, was this fun.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun.
As you'll have noticed, the episodes don't have titles, so they're only labeled by the air date and the like season and episode number. So I try to come up with, you know, what would our title of the episode be? Sure. And wow, we have a lot of good contenders from this episode. Sure, I think You Get a Spritz. You Get a Spritz is up there.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I think
it's incredible. I'm going crop top.
Crop top doc.
I'm going crop top doc is what I'm going with. Or I also like I'm fighting for my life.
For my life.
Incredible.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a good one. or I lost my husband and my cat.
Yes.
Like I just
Yeah. Or we have a lot.
Hattie.
Hattie. The
Hattie.
big network executive in the sky.
Yes. Oh, that's
a potential
that's a
title.
one.
Okay, we're gonna figure it out. I'll figure it out in the edit. Wow, this was such a rich text. I hope.
It truly
Okay,
was.
so spoiler. I'm like the episodes I'm literally watching for the first time are now in like early March. So I'm about a month ahead of this episode. And they're moving away from body and soul. Like they're doing this thing where like it's Abe is like, this whole thing with Whitley King was like, I put everyone in too much danger. And so we're selling the show to a new network. And like they're moving production to LA.
So what about all this extra money?
The gig economy is
like what is this going to do to
what
the
is this going
economy
to
of
do?
the city?
Oh, I mean, potential title of Ep Fund, the Salem PD. But
Salem
but
I'm such an idiot.
I'm just devastated because like the body and soul stuff was so campy and so funny and so meta, and like I just loved what they were doing with that, and I like have faith that they are going to continue to find
somehow it'll come back.
Different avenues for that level of camp.
I will say that it does sound like body and soul, like the set was toxic.
Absolutely.
Like it seems like it was
I support Abe as a character being like, I'm getting out of the game.
Yeah, I can't do this.
It was
anymore.
bad. It was bad. And I also can't, there's no world in which I believe the production the production value was high.
Sure. It couldn't have been. I will say that if this was like the sort of farewell to it, this is pretty good. It is
really good.
It's pretty good.
They ate with that.
They ate.
Oh my God. Woo. Venetia, the only question I was going to ask you up top that I didn't get a chance to because I was too excited to start talking about the episode was just that, you know, as I have mentioned, Days of Our Lives is like one of my comfort watches when I just need to like turn on the TV. Do you have like comfort TV like that?
Yeah. 1000%. Mine are cop procedures.
Yes.
Procedurals. Yeah, like I'm watching all of them. Fund the police. And what I love about it, truly, is that I love this fantasy that like cops are really just good guys, and they're doing their best, and they're actually really clever. Like it's propaganda. It's completely like propaganda. But I find it fascinating, and I find it so funny, and sometimes it's a little sexy.
Hell yeah.
Like Elliot Stabler, famously Special Victims Unit, Law and Order, where like him throwing somebody up against the wall is like, that's kind of hot.
Because he's not doing it out of like rage and racism and prejudice. He's doing it because that's a pedophile and he wants to kill that pedophile.
But also, you can't do that as a cop. Like, you shouldn't be allowed. You know what I mean? That like it's this weird world where like, throw him against the wall. And you're like, whoa,
don't throw him against the wall.
Just threw that man up against the wall. You can't do that. If that's your go-to, like you shouldn't be a cop. And it's just Dick Wolf in particular, like he is a menace to society. I believe it. If you ever get the chance, I'm shouting out Chicago PD.
Yes.
It is like all the cops are like dirty and it's terrifying. And when Black Lives Matter gets talked about, it's just like, man, I guess we gotta like let people have their rights now. Like, what are we gonna do?
How are we gonna do our jobs? If we have to have respect for human life.
Yes. If they're, and it's not even that. The part that kills me is like, if they have cameras, like, how am I gonna do my job? Because I'm like fucking people up. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my God.
Like, one of the other things I really, really love is, particularly with Special Victims Unit, they really are the good guys, right? That like, there's these victims and they come in to save them. But oftentimes their actions are like making everyone's life worse. And again, specifically with Special Victims, the way that it ends is just like, well, that person's life is ruined forever. And then executive producer Dick Wolf. Like, it's just like, he's done it again. He's done it again.
This woman is in shambles. Goodbye.
Yes.
Won't see you
Roll
again.
credits, bitch. Roll the fucking credits. It's crazy. And he's just been doing it
For
for like
27 years.
decades. For decades.
Yeah.
I love
Incredible.
him.
Shout out Dick Wolf. Shout out Mariska
Yes.
Hargitay. Shout out
Christopher Maloney.
Yes,
we love you.
we love you.
His trajectory, because he has a new show called Organized Crime, which I also love. And the evolution of Elliot Staber, he's a little bit more woke.
Yes, definitely. And spoiler, they kill his wife in the first episode of Organized Crime.
The first episode. It is the wildest, spoiler alert, Keely. It is the wildest way to start a show. You brought this character back from like 20 years ago just to blow her up. Like it's insanity.
Just to give him something to haunt him throughout this series.
Yes. And to leave him available for his actual longtime love.
The true love of his life.
The true love of his life.
In many ways. God love it. That and talk about a soap opera. It's the same vibe. It's all connected.
And I think it's this sort of, I can predict the sort of twists and turns of it. I can turn my brain off. I can play my games on my phone and still be engaged. It's the perfect comfort, background show for me.
All available on Peacock. This is a very NBC Universal. We keep it in the family. Okay.
Truly.
Venetia, thank you so much for coming on this ride with me.
Thank you for having me.
It was so fun. I'm so glad.
I truly believe that this episode was meant.
It was meant for us.
To be for me.
It was for you.
It truly was. I was like, I've never felt more loved by a person, because I was dying laughing.
I'm so glad. Oh my God. Well, folks, if you're listening, God, if you like the podcast, leave a rating, leave a review. Follow me on Instagram at So Are the Days Podcast, or follow me on TikTok at Days of Our Live. Wordplay. So excited to have done this with you, Venetia. You're the best. I love you.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.